Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to do a smoky wing. So a smoky wing is essentially, where the colors can either grade from inner corner to your outer corner, or maybe like from the part closest to your lash line and it kind of fades. It's usually pretty simple, but I'm just going to try to break it down and make it easier for you to follow. For corrector, I'm just going in with my usual Vasanthi liquid VO2, and I'm going to apply it around my mouth, on the sides a little bit, and under the eyes. I've already moisturized my face, and also last night I prepped my skin with some of that fresh, is it a calming mask? I'm just gonna put the picture up right here, but this mask is actually like it has like a very gentle exfoliation. You wake up with really hydrated skin and smooth skin. So I think I've used it like 3 times already. I really like slather my face with it, and I just wake up with the most beautiful looking skin. It's amazing. So my corrector is done and I'm gonna jump straight into primer. Now I tried this touch-up primer yesterday and it was so smoothing. There was some initial pilling which really sort of got me a little, worried, but eventually the finish was so smooth, so blurring. It really filled in the pores. Makeup did not move, like even my under eyes did not crease, so I'm hoping to recreate that. But I just realized I made a mistake by putting the corrector first. But I don't think that should be a big deal. But before I move any further, I'm just going to use this Merit lip oil just to moisturize my lips because they're feeling so dry and they look disgusting. For base, I'm trying to decide between these two. This is the light reflecting foundation and this is the sheer glow. Maybe I'll actually go in with the sheer glow because I feel a little dry. My skin feels a little dry. This is my Morphe 449 and I'm just working it into this little brush and I'll just start stippling it all over my face. So you can see how dark that is. But once we blend it out, it actually kind of goes well with the neck. Just with whatever is left on the brush, I'm just sort of taking it on my chest. I'm moving straight into concealer. I'm just going to apply this. Maybe just a little here. So I usually wait for about a minute and then I start blending out. So now I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender just by looking up. Only one eye at a time. Anything extra I'll just take over my eye so that it just sort of cancels out a little bit of that darkness. I'm going to make sure there's absolutely no creasing. And now, we've sort of powdered down everything. I am going to spray a little bit of that Charlotte Tilbury setting spray because it just brings back the life into your skin. And especially if you've blurred it like this before, the result is flawless. You know what the setting spray does? It just takes away all the weight of the foundation and the concealer, all those products that have built upon one another. I just realized I forgot to highlight my face. I'm going in with this Charlotte Tilbury powder in number 2, medium I think. Yeah, that's medium. And I'm just gonna, just for some very subtle highlighting because I wasn't able to do it. For bronzer, I'm using the Tom Ford bronzer because I absolutely love it. I haven't used this bronzer in its sort of full effect and I really want to see what it looks like. I want a little bit more light reflection in this area, so I'm just gonna take this Laura Mercier powder, just like the tiniest bit of baking, but we are going to obviously remove that in some time. I'm going to use this Makeup by Mario stick for a little bit of sculpting too. If you see, you can see how much more hooded this is compared to this side. Like it's so deep and dark in here, but here it's like so bulgy. So I like to sort of sometimes go in with a little bit of my face contour and just add some extra depth right there. For blush, I'm using this Gauche multi blush which I used to which I bought from where I used to work before. See, it has this nice shiny thing and it's on the peachier side. I think that's what makes it fresh for, you know, a smoky wing or a smoky eye. But the only problem is I have to work it in the back of my hand, especially if it's shattered like this. Just take it, hit it in the back of your hand and then start going in. So I like to do somewhere here. I like to even work the blush into my eyes a bit. It just makes the whole look super cohesive. So take it into your eye and upwards. And you can obviously take some on the nose because it just looks like super cute. Now to bring some of the dewiness back into my cheeks, I'm just going to go in over with this shade which is called Golden Hour from Tower 28. I'm going to take the same Katie Jane Hughes brush in number 4 and I'm just using this right here. Blush and the bronzer, somewhere in between that two, just to intensify. Finally, I'm gonna move into eyes and I'm gonna start by prepping my eyes with this NARS eyeshadow base, and this is in the shade medium. To start, I'm just gonna take the Wanderer shade from my Tartelette in Bloom palette and I'm gonna work the shade all the way from the lash line to the brow bone with the large fluffy brush. Now we're gonna start working on the smokiness. I'm gonna now go ahead and take the shade Dreamer from the same palette and I'm only gonna use this in the outer V. And I'm gonna blend that using a smaller blending brush, but a clean one. I'm also gonna try and mimic the shape of that side right here. Before moving on to the next step, just take this brush all over the edges just to sort of lightly blend out and not to leave any lines. I'm also just blending this shadow straight into my brows, because why not? Okay, now that that base has been set, I'm just gonna go in with my favorite espresso liner from Gosh Cosmetics and I'm just very roughly placing this on the outer corner. I'm gonna blend it a little more on both the sides. This does not have to be neat because it is going to be blended in a minute. So with a smaller blending brush, I'm just going to diffuse that kohl. This just adds a little more intensity and shadow and depth. And it's also good to make it slightly more long wearing. Now I'm just going to place these shadow shields under my eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these shadow shields and I'm going to cut off the corners so it's one straight line and I'm going to put that next to my eye. Now is when the fun starts. I'm going to go in with a really nice dark brown and I'm just going to take it as far out as I want, but slowly. This is such a fail-proof way of doing this. I'm just going to do both sides at the same time. With a smaller pencil brush, I'm going to go right into the innermost corner there and it just adds so much depth. With this eye, I usually have to look down a little bit, otherwise it starts skipping on the skin, and we'll just blend that out. And I'm very slightly just bringing this on top here, but just like the slightest amount. I'm going to remove these now. I mainly put this just to avoid any fallout from falling, and also to, you can see how that's collected some makeup there. I'm once again going to take Wanderer but on a smaller blending brush, and I'm once again just taking it on the outer part. Just going to go in with this velour liner which dries to a glue when it's dry and then I'm going to cut this into half and I'm going to place it on my outer part. I've done the liner and now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. Next, mascara. So I don't want to go with any mascara under my eyes and on my lower lashes, because I think that'll just take away all the light from, you know, these beautiful lashes that are nice and elongated and stuff. Now I'm just gonna take those little lash pieces and I'm gonna stick them right in. I like to hold it by the center, look down and just place it. You can see how the band is sort of shining through, but we're just gonna put some black eyeshadow on top of that and hopefully it'll get covered. The longest one goes in your right corner. I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. I definitely think this one blended way better than the other one. Anyway, to make up for this, I'm just going to quickly go in with some of that black eyeshadow and I'm just going to tap it on top of that lash band. So I'm just sort of going, I hope it's getting covered. No? Well, it's not getting covered. Looks like I should have. I'll go in with a little bit of this liner actually in that case. Just going on the lash. I'm not going on my eye, I hope. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Finally, it's brow time. I'm just going to use this Anastasia clear brow gel. I finished doing my brows, for which I used my Dior pencil, and now I'm just gonna go and check if I need any bronzer, any blush again. And remember all that baking that we had wanted to do, so I'm just taking a clean brush and I'm just, you know, buffing this into the skin. Just darkening this ever so slightly. For lipstick, I'm thinking of this Gosh Cosmetics lip color, and this is in the shade 012 Raisin. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab my finger in it and I'm going to apply it. I want to stay in that same shade range. This might take a moment to build up. And I'm going to top this off with this gloss Cashew from Tower 28. I want this to be a little messy, the lips. The formula of this lipstick is matte, so it's quite drying. I'd say that's why the lip oil really helped in the beginning, and I'm going to go in with this gloss once more just to hydrate the lips. For lip liner, I'm just going to try Spice first and see how it is, and maybe then I might go in with another one. So let's just see, I just want to get this shape. Then I'm just taking this Katie Jane Hughes brush number 18. And I'm just sort of skimming over the lips and just blending that lip line a little bit. And finally, I'm just going with Endless Cacao just under my lips and on the Cupid's bow. Now for some gloss, I just want to show you what this color looks like. So beautiful. And I'm just going to apply this on just the center of the lips. A little highlighter. This is the Say highlighter in Star Glow. Now I'm gonna go in with this NARS body oil. I put this wrapper because when I was traveling, this is a good way to prevent spillage. I'm gonna give this a good shake. And while shaking this, I'm gonna tell you that I'm actually gonna make a video on body oils because I have so many. And you know, with summer around the corner, I think it'll be a great addition to sort of dibble in and try out different body oils. So be on the lookout for that video too. All I'm going to do is I'm just taking, you know, it looks kind of tan, but it blends to literally nothing. It only makes your skin super glowy. I'm just going to take that much. It's bronzing, it has the finest shimmer in it, so your skin is just going to pop when you hit the sun. Always remember, but have your sunscreen on because you don't want to burn your skin, right? You can see how that's brought some very subtle glow to the skin, and it's actually looking quite fab. And for one final time, I'm gonna spritz my face with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Especially because we use so many powders, so this setting spray really helps sort of just lock in all those layers. And you know, like Photoshop, just like you merge all your layers and make it one. I think that is what this setting spray does, and it just makes me look so dewy and so glowy. I'm just gonna wait and let this dry. I'm so happy it came out really the way I expected it to come, and you know, this smoky eye just adds like that hint of sexiness to your look, and it's so easy to create, right? But this is the finished look, y'all. I hope you had a nice time. But see you and ciao.